Morning in a remote mountain village of Afghanistan begins in a silence shaped by extreme cold, where every breath turns into white mist and the frozen ground cracks under each careful step. Before the sun rises above the snow-covered peaks, the villagers are already awake, not out of choice, but out of necessity, preparing themselves for another day of survival in one of the harshest environments on Earth. Inside a small earthen house, built from mud and stone, a weak fire flickers in the corner, casting warm shadows on walls darkened by years of smoke. A mother kneads dough with bare hands, stiff from the cold, her movements slow yet steady, shaped by generations of experience. This simple act is the beginning of a traditional breakfast, a meal that means far more than food. Flatbread is placed onto the hot surface, and the quiet sound of baking fills the room, blending with the howl of wind outside. A kettle of tea simmers gently, sending steam into the cold air, offering warmth to bodies worn down by endless winter. The father sits close to the fire, eyes fixed on the doorway leading to the mountains, knowing that soon he must step back into the freezing wind to tend livestock and face whatever the day brings. Children remain wrapped in thin blankets, waiting patiently, their small hands stretched toward the fire for warmth. The breakfast is simple, often just bread and hot tea, sometimes with a little butter or dried milk, yet it carries the strength needed to endure hours in the cold. Each bite holds warmth, resilience, and the quiet determination of people who have learned to live in harmony with hardship. In these mountains, a traditional breakfast is not a luxury or a routine, but a moment of comfort, a shared pause that binds family together before the cold reclaims the day. It is in these small, humble moments that true survival is found, not in grand victories, but in the courage to rise each morning and continue.
What was this?
The bread was delicious.
Winter arrives quietly in the mountains of Afghanistan. There is no announcement, no warning, only silence and cold. The land slowly disappears beneath layers of snow. The wind cuts through the valleys like a blade. At dawn, the temperature is far below freezing, and every breath feels heavy, sharp, and fragile. This is not a place people come to visit. This is a place people endure. For generations, shepherds have lived here, not because it is easy, but because it is home. Each morning begins before the sun, before warmth, before
Yes, it warms the soul.
Wrapped in worn coats and layered clothing, the shepherd steps outside. The snow crunches beneath his boots. The mountains stand still, watching. There is no clock here. Time is measured by light, weather, and survival. The sheep wait quietly. They are not just animals. They are food, warmth, and life itself. In this frozen world, nothing is wasted. When a sheep is prepared for cooking, it is done with care, not haste. This is not cruelty. This is necessity. The shepherd works with steady hands, shaped by years of hardship. Each movement is precise. Each cut is respectful. Because here, life and death are never taken lightly. Nearby, smoke rises gently from a small tent. Inside, a fire burns, weak but precious. It is the heart of the home. A pot is placed over the flame. Sheep's meat is prepared slowly,
Way-legged, steady on the left.
Salt, and tradition. There are no spices from distant lands, no modern tools, only knowledge passed down through generations. As the meat simmers, the warmth spreads, not just through the body, but through the soul. Outside, the wind continues its endless song. Snow falls again, as it always does. But inside the tent, there is life. A shared meal, quiet conversation, the simple comfort of surviving another day. This daily routine is not filmed for drama. It is lived every single day without applause. In the modern world, winter is something we escape. Here, winter is something you face. There are no supermarkets, no heaters, no shortcuts. Only resilience. Only adaptation. Only respect for nature. As night falls, the mountains grow darker. The cold becomes deeper. The stars shine brighter than anywhere else on earth. The shepherd sits silently, listening to the wind. Tomorrow will be the same, and that is enough. Because survival here is not about conquering nature, it is about living in balance with it. This is the quiet strength of Afghan shepherds, unseen, uncelebrated, unbroken. And in every frozen morning, every shared meal, every step through the snow, there is dignity, there is courage, there is life.